to another episode of Outcasts to Icons. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video. So, in our last episode, we drew 0-0 at home to strugglers Hansa Rostock, and it was a shame because we really did need to get some points on the board. And unfortunately, since then, we've kind of gone on probably the first sort of dodgy run that I can actually think of since we joined Hertha. I mean, we had a couple of defeats back in the last season, not last season, but before Christmas this year, but they were kind of sandwiched by a load of wins, so it kind of didn't feel that bad. However, when you actually look at the stats at the moment, I'll take you through the games, of course, but when you look at that, that's 1 win in 5 matches, and 6 points from 5 games is not good enough, really. It just isn't, and I'll show you why. And there is one very obvious reason why. Basically, we've got so many injuries at the moment. At one point, half of our team was not even just eligible. It's ridiculous. Also, I made the mistake of giving that goalkeeper a contract. Now we've just got another greyed out goalkeeper because he's not registered. I was a fucking idiot on that one. Before we get into that, though, we do also have a youth intake to talk about, which is kind of cool. Nothing superb come through this year, but it's good to have, and there's some other stuff, and most importantly, there's a couple of things we need to talk about, basically. So, we haven't had a job offer for quite some time. We got a few while we were while we were managing over in Kazakhstan, but since we joined Hertha, we haven't actually been approached by any other clubs, and that was, you know, I completely forgot that we could even do that. A job offer came in, and I was just like, oh, wait a minute, those matter in this save. So, yeah, basically, we got offered a job, or offered an interview at Derby County. Now, you might think, okay, well, it's only Derby County, but, and in fact, Derby are a decent side anyway, but they're a Premier League team now. They were 14th in the league, and not only that, but I looked on their profile, and they were classified as rich. So I don't know if they'd had a takeover or something. So we were offered an interview to go to the Premier League and manage Derby in there. So I turned it down. It was a tough one. Part of me almost wanted to take it, but I do really want to try and stay away from England for as long as possible to try and keep this a bit fresher. And I do want to make sure in the end that we do try and win the Champions League with a team that have never won it. Obviously, I'm pretty certain Derby never won the European Cup. I don't know if they did or not, actually. Under Brian Clough. I can't remember. Apologies. My Clough knowledge is a little bit low on that particular front. So I turned it down. That's fine. Now, less than a week ago, there was a news article. We also were linked with the Southampton job, which was kind of cool. But this week, for the first time, actually, we were linked with a job that wasn't in England. Usually when we get linked with jobs, they're almost always in England. In fact, they're always in England. But we never get them, but you know what I mean. But this time we were linked with a job in Germany with Hanover, and we were the 3-1 favourite to get offered the Hanover job. And they're a top flight team in Germany. They're currently sitting 10th in the Bundesliga. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. Nothing's happened as yet, but I just thought it was interesting. And frankly, I think I'd turn it down as well if we did get offered it, because I do want to see out the year with Hertha, if I'm honest, because we've done well, and unfortunately it's just the financial troubles is just so huge, and it's so important that we get up, and unfortunately I'm starting to get a little bit worried that might not happen because of the way we've been playing as of late. The injuries, it's the small squad is really starting to bite in now. We did well, but it's really taking effect. So let's go through what's actually happened this month. So after Rostock, we had Augsburg away, and as you can see, this is where it all started. It was one of those games, like, we took the lead through Petr Bojic, and I thought, yes, chance now, but then Berk Riese almost immediately equalised for them, and then things started going wrong. Bojic was injured, and eventually Jacko had to go off injured as well. Todorovsky picked up a yellow card in this game, which gave him a 2-match suspension as well. I think it was that game, or it might be the next one, I can't remember. We'll show you in a sec. So yeah, very, very disappointing to have those 2 injuries. Bojic was out for a little while. Jacko thankfully wasn't, but you could see it began a sort of poor run. And I think in one game we had 4 injuries, which meant I had to end up playing with 10 men. So, you know, unbeaten in 3, I suppose, but all of them defeats. All of them draws, which was not wise. Next up we had Dinamo Dresden, and this game, this was the one. It fucking boggles my mind. So basically, we were fantastic to start this game, and Dennis Rudolph, who had to go in at the back because of just lack of players, gave us the lead from a corner on 36 minutes. All was well and good, and then all of a sudden, all was not well and good. A few minutes later, Montero had to go off injured. First injury of the game. Shittiness, oh well. Just as I was about to make some substitutions in around about 60th minute, 65 minutes, Gentian Cooley, who was obviously only in because Bojic was injured, went off with a serious injury. Little bit annoying. Then, in the 75th minute, Nicholas Weissenberger had to go off with another injury, our 3rd injury of the match. Then, a few minutes later, Ryan Jacko had to go off with a serious injury, leaving us 1-0 up, but with 10 men, having made all 3 substitutions through injury, and then having another one piled on top of us just to add insult to those injuries. Then, and of course, the inevitable happened, and Matthias Böhm, from a corner, equalised for Dynamo Dresden, and I was gutted because I knew that they were not having a good time against us, and to allow that to happen, I just thought, oh Christ, with the 10 men. But then the guy who'd come on to replace Christian Montero initially, Manuel Radajewski, in the 91st minute, cutting inside and smashing one in the top corner to make it 2-1, and that was just a massive relief for me to actually see us win this game, because things could be even worse, if I'm honest, than that. But unfortunately, with the sheer amount of injuries and the lack of game time, the lack of days between that game and our DFB Pokal game against FC Köln, it didn't help us at all. And as you can see, they were 4-0 up inside half an hour against us. They were just fantastic, proving that they're worthy of the top flight status, but also just the fact that we could barely field a team, which was annoying, and we had nothing off the bench, nothing at all. As you can see, we were actually allowed to use Sebastian Volk on the bench for this one because it's a cup game, but unfortunately he can't play in the league, so we've still got random people as our substitute keepers, just a different grade out dude. I made that mistake at Pompey, if I recall. Now, we did get one back through Sihan Akman. Unfortunately, he then immediately went off with a serious injury just to add to the pile of injuries we'd got. It was a shame to go up, but we did get about 600,000. We got like 400 nearly for the... we got like 400 for being knocked out, which was weird, and then like another 180 in TV money or something. I don't know. It was like 600,000, which was decent. Then, unfortunately, we went to Frankfurt in our next game, and it just didn't happen for us. With the amount of players we had out, it just didn't seem to click, and unfortunately we lost 3-0. Rafe Solz and Felix Klaus with 2 goals for them, and that's left us in a really precarious position coming into this match, unfortunately. For the first time in quite some time, really, we're not in good form, and this is how the league looks at the moment. Mainz have overtaken us again and have moved 3 points clear. We're on 49 points, and it's actually Greuther Fürth in behind there, just the 2 points behind us, though. That's the problem. We are still 5 points clear of VFL, and a win today would be absolutely vital for that, but it's staying clear of Greuther that's going to be the problem for us at the moment, and just trying to get some players back. I'm really hoping that after this, because we've not got any more cup games, we can get some of our players back to full fitness and try to just attack the final, what will be 9 games of the season, and just try to get enough wins to see us through, basically. I'd hate to lose out now when you look at how well we've done and how long we've been in this position. So yeah, that's basically where we're at the moment. It's not a good time to play, it's not a good time to be at the moment. So let's just quickly show the squad. Top goal scorer is Ryan Jacko, of course, with 17, but Mayer, of course, is in behind, but not really relevant. Todorovsky has 8, which is also good. As for assists, Montero with 9. As you can see, we've got a few injuries still. Bader, Bada, Weissenberger, Kraus is out still. I think there might be some more. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. That looks like we might actually be getting a few of our players back. Alexander Ring is also back in training, which is fantastic, because we really do need him out on that right. Let's see what else we got. Average rating, well, it'd been Alexander Ring, in fact, but it's actually Montero for me. Aerial challenges is, of course, Julien. Key passes, 88 for Montero. Key tackles, 13 for Julien. And, of course, interceptions, 357 for the lad. Of course, value is Todorovsky, Jacko, and Breno, who, of course, were all our sort of summer signings, so to speak. So let's jump into the fixture and see who's actually available for this game. We really do need something special today. Well, not really something special, just a really solid performance. We've been lacking it lately, right? Let's see who we can actually select from. That's better. Still missing Bada, Weissenberger, Kraus, but as you can see, people like Seifert, Richter, Bayrak is... where's Alexander Ring? Unfortunately, he's just not fit again. Yeah, he's only just come back, unfortunately. So you can see what I mean about we are lacking some players, but a lot of them have come back in, and Dennis Rudolph getting a few games is not entirely a bad thing. He's got decent potential, and I'd like to see if he can exploit that a little bit. So for the moment, it's not too bad. Jacko, Bojic, Kapushka, I'd rather have Kraus there really, and Bojic out on the right, but we've got no choice. Todorovsky, Montero, Vucicevic, Julien, Rudolph, Breno, and Kraft. I will just quickly see if I can show you our under-19s. So I can see, right. So here you go. These are the 3 that I'm most excited about. They're not technically signed their contracts yet, so we can see them. It's Klaus Beckmann, who's a right back. Looks fairly decent. Admittedly, his hair is woeful. That is a woeful effort with the hair there, Klaus. But hey, who else we got? Oh yeah, Regis Bolongo, which is a spectacular name, and I enjoy him. He gives me throwbacks to our famous Portsmouth goalkeeper, Bigger Bolongo. Maybe he's related. Who knows? And finally, Syed Wahid Hossani, who looks like a very decent potential centre-back as well. So yeah, not too bad. There's obviously a few more in there that might also have potential to turn into something okay, but no strikers or anything. In fact, the best striker that was in there is this guy, Thomas Koch. And yeah, terrible. But let's get into this game. I just want to see something today that doesn't... I don't know, we've just been having such a terrible time of it lately. I just want to see us come back. Are we all good on here? We are indeed. It's just, I don't know. We are the favourite, and that's fine, but we need to get back to winning ways. I think if we can grab a win today, now that we've kind of got our full strength, well, not quite full strength, but nearly our full quota back, let's make sure we've got Kovic doing it. That's better. Then notice, though, that VFL Osnabruck actually have Thomas Eisfeld. Now, some of you might not know who Thomas Eisfeld is. Basically, he came through the Dortmund Academy around the same time as Mario Götze, and was actually at times considered to be the better of the two players. Now, obviously, their careers have not panned out in the same kind of way. He eventually moved to Arsenal, and in fact, in real life at the moment, as far as I can remember, he is actually still on the books at Fulham, although he hasn't exactly played a great deal under Magat and Kit Simons. But now he's one of the leading stars for VFL, so that's going to be interesting. Kapushka here. We need to win this one. We need to get back on, we had the we managed to scrape that win against Dynamo Dresden, thank God, with almost no players. But, results like that 3-0 defeat against Frankfurt, those are the kind of results that make me worry for our ability to actually hang on to our position over these last few games of the season. It is going to be an incredibly tough run-in, and I just wonder if we've got the squad depth to actually deal with it, and that's the main fear of mine, is just wondering whether we've actually got enough in the tank to get over the line. Some of those poorer results, like the one at home to Frankfurt, those types of results, and the draw against Hansa Rostock, those types of results sort of signify that we had issues coming in. Look at that from Ryan Jacko. Bojic, Jacko, what? Oh, he's at the crossbar. What a chance. Kapushka now. That's better. Cooley goes for goal as well. Another good effort there. But what an opportunity that was for Ryan Jacko to grab what would be a rare goal. He's not scored for a little while either. He's kind of gone off the boil a bit. I might need to talk to him. Bojic, and it's defended quite well there. Vucicevic back out wide to Montero. Ball in, cleared away, and Rojas will clear this. Somebody intercept this. Oh, damn it. They don't look like the team that likes to play it long, and that's annoying because I like teams that play it long. If they play it long, we are usually pretty good at mopping it up. That's a bit better. There we go. Annoying that the... there we go, Todorovsky. That's a bit better, that they didn't play it long initially, and I was worried that they wouldn't. If they play out from the back, that seems to be the best way to get through us. Bojic now. In a position he played a lot more for us last season, but with the addition of other players and the losses in other areas, Jacko through, drops it across to... Oh, how has he missed that? That is an absolutely golden opportunity for Petr Bojic to give us a crucial lead. We've actually turned in to the better side in this match as the first half continued. Bojic now, long-range free kick, and it's saved by Radinger. I can't believe that counts as a highlight. We've been the better team overall in this first half, but it's worrying me a little bit that chances like that are going begging, because those ones are the ones that come back and haunt you. Oh, if that's the other way around, that is going straight over his head. So rare do defenders ever actually clear those. Kapushka just drops it out wide to Breno. He's got a man out wide. It's Cooley. Cooley's very inexperienced, and I do worry about him on that right hand side, but he's doing his best. Jacko, he's going to have a run at them again here potentially. Cooley now round the corner for... It's in from Jacko, and I think that is 1-0. It is Ryan Jacko, finally. There we go. 1-0. And that would actually temporarily put us back on top of the league and left wondering what was all the fuss about. Well, it's still going to be one hell of a fight, but a win here over VFL, a huge result, and it would push us 8 points clear of them. Jacko on the ground there, but Cooley, great awareness to pin that ball back through to him, and a lovely little toe poke there from Ryan Jacko to make it 1-0 on the stroke of half-time. And you can't say we haven't deserved that. It's been a good first half. We've controlled the match. We just needed to get that goal, and I can't believe that Bojic missed. I've never seen someone miss one. It was a lovely piece of play. And I feel the need to point this out. Jacko pulled the ball back. He actually squared it instead of shooting from a stupid angle. It's almost like they're actually listening. It's almost like they actually want to win games and aren't just going to shoot from silly angles. Jacko... That's why Jacko has so many assists this season, I think. He's finally started getting into that team spirit, and having a player like that up front is priceless, really. Oh, please don't let them score from a corner. Well done, I think. I don't know if that was the chance or not. Yeah, I think it was, actually. Oh, Bayer outside here. Don't let him whip it in. Lovely defending again. It's just pleasant to see some good defending on FM for once. We're still looking on top, but we are going to probably have to make a substitution. Oh, hello. Thomas Eisfeld's injured. So that's good for us. I mean, look at the sort of players on the bench. Tom Casey, who admittedly has been out for a long time. Myronis and Michaelidis. There's just so many youngsters. There's just nothing in terms of... I mean, the players I would be using are people like Schweinsteiger, Bayrak, Mayer, but Bayrak is knackered. And I think it might have to be... Hang on, who is this? I've never even heard of this lad. Andreas Schwartz. He looks like he's got something about him. Did he say he was Ivorian? He is Ivorian. Sorry, with a name like Andreas Schwartz, I just assumed he was, like, straight up German. Let's see. Todorovsky's not had the best game. But I also want to bring on Mayer for Montero because he's not looking good on the old fitness levels. I know we shouldn't because Montero's a great player, but sometimes you just have to make these decisions to avoid getting more injuries. That's my main worry at the moment, if anything, is to stop getting from to stop more injuries. Bojic, great free kick. Mayer on the rebound. Okay, take that back. Great sub. I'm claiming that. Christian Mayer makes it Hertha 2, VFL 0, and that is such a huge goal. Right at the perfect time for us to make that 2-0. Bojic with the fantastic shot. I think it hit the crossbar and actually comes back there. Straight into the path of Christian Mayer, following that in, and I'd be annoyed if that happened to me, but we'll take it for once. And the goal difference is still going very nicely there. It's kind of taken a bit of a hit over the last few matches. I might just leave our final sub just in case we get another injury. Because I just don't want to risk it. Actually, we're 2-0 up. If it was 1-0, I probably wouldn't make the last sub, but today we will. I'm going to bring on who's the most knackered, but let's just do the who's the most knackered approach. No, actually, no, wait, because we can't really... Kapushka's not looking exactly that swell. I'm going to get Michaelidis on here for Kapushka. I know that's a strange choice, but just he's an attacking type of player, so we'll get him in there for the last sort of 7 minutes of this one. We've been good, and I think we deserve the win. Kraft now. Long ball from us. Interesting. Bojic brings that down beautifully. He's got a man out wide, but will he need him? Cock's gone through the back of him there. There's 2 minutes of added time. I don't really know what's happened. Oh, it's in the back of the net. I think it's Andreas Schwartz. It is. The Ivorian... apparently. 3-0 to Hertha. That's better. I don't know where this has come from. I guess this is going to show, though, how important having your full strength of players actually is, though, because, you know, the moment we started losing a load of players like that, the results, we were dropping results like flies. But now, the moment that nearly the full first team are back again, literally straight in there against one of our rivals, 3-0 winners, and that is going to do us the world of good regarding confidence for the run-in. You know, those remaining 9 games, this one is going to be huge. We do still have to play Mainz at home, though, so you never know what's going to be happening there. Bojic with the 2 assists. That's a thoroughly good performance, and I'm glad you at least got this in the live com rather than some of the shit I've been dealing with lately. Wow, Mainz have only conceded 12 goals this season. That's what I would say about them. They've been incredibly good at the back, and we're going to have to do some serious work to actually try and break them down. But that is going to be our task for the next episode, basically. I'm not going to be doing the live com for the Mainz game because it is literally 2 games away. We've got 1 game in between, and then it's back to Mainz. We'll pick... well, we're going to basically do 2 more episodes to wrap up the season, so we'll go somewhere in the middle, I guess. Let's see what's actually good. Oh, I tell you what, that nice and easy there. We'll do the Greuter game. That's going to be absolutely massive for us. So yeah, we'll do the Greuter game. Another important match coming up, and we've actually got Kaiserslautern at home on the last day, which could be quite a toughie as well, although we have beaten them in the past. So guys, if you like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for what is going to be an absolutely crunch match against Greuterfurt. That could be the one that really says to us, yeah, we're going to get that 2nd place minimum. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.